Students, so we are back again with our same chapter, transport of food and minerals in plant. Today we will be discussing about absorption of minerals. Now, soil contains dissolved minerals. What type of dissolved minerals? Minerals like potassium, calcium, nitrogen, etc. And plant use two processes to absorb these minerals. How they absorb? They absorb by roots. And the two processes are active transport and another is diffusion. Now, transport of water and minerals. You can see water, they are absorbed by the root hairs. It rises up and they create a suction pressure, suction force. And some amount of water is lost by a process called as transpiration. Now, root hairs, they absorbs water from the soil by the process called osmosis and minerals by active transport. So, water and minerals get transported from the root to all parts of the plant in two steps. First is the pressure developed in the root due to continuous inflow of water is called as root pressure. What is root pressure? It is the pressure developed in the root due to continuous inflow of water, and this pressure help in pushing the plant sap means water and minerals upward into the stem. The root pressure appears only when the rate of absorption is higher than the rate of transpiration, and after that the water along with the minerals, it moves further upward through the xylem of stem and reaches to leaves. And this is due to transpiration which exert a pull from above. And transpiration means loss of water in the form of water vapor. The upward movement of sap that contains water and minerals from the root towards the upper part of the plant is called as ascent of sap. So again I repeat, the pressure is developed in the root due to continuous entry of water, and that pressure is called as root pressure. So, this helps in pushing the plant sap upward, and root pressure appears only when the rate of absorption is higher than the rate of transpiration. So, the water moves to the upward part of the plant body, and this is due to transpiration which exerts a pull from above, and this exertion of pull, it is the upward movement of sap that contains water and minerals from the root towards the upper part of the plant. This is called as ascent of sap. Importance of water for plant. Water is required or important for plant is for three main functions. What are they? First is the transportation. Water helps in the transport of minerals and other substances from one part of the plant to another. Second function is food production. Water is one of the essential requirements for photosynthesis along with sunlight, carbon dioxide and chlorophyll. Cooling effect. Evaporation of water that takes place from the leaf surface helps to cool the plant, and this takes place due to transpiration. So, what is transpiration? It is the loss of water in the form of water vapor through the stomata of leaves and other aerial parts of a plant. Now, what are stomatas? Stomatas are minute pores present mainly on the lower surface of the leaves. They are also present in the upper surface. Okay. This is a figure showing the process of transpiration. Now, there is a relationship between absorption of water and transpiration. Greater the transpiration, greater is the rate of absorption of water. So, when water gets absorbed by the roots, it reaches upward and there is a loss of water in the form of water vapor. So, more and more water vapor is lost, more and more absorption of water will be there. And if the water lost to transpiration is more than the absorbed by the root hairs, the plant loses more water, resulting in the leaves, stems and flowers to droop. This is called as wilting. If more and more rate of transpiration is more than the rate of absorption, what will happen? Plant will droop down, or that is also called as wilting. It will wilt. Factors affecting the rate of transpiration. Now there are several factors like temperature, wind, humidity are there that affects the rate of transpiration. First is the time of day. Now the stomata in the leaves, they are open during the daytime and they are closed at night. So transpiration takes place when the stomatas are open, that means during the daytime. Temperature. Higher the temperature, faster is the rate of transpiration. Humidity. So transpiration will be lower on a humid day. Why? Because the air already contains a lot of moisture. Light. Light increases the rate of transpiration because it causes the stomata to open. Importance of transpiration. Now, transpiration is important to the plant for following reasons. What are they? First reason is cooling effect. So, transpiration produces a cooling effect on the plant. And next is the transportation of food. So, if excess water is not evaporated, the cell sap will dilute and further absorption of water along with minerals required by the plant will not take place. So, transpiration does help in the transport of water and minerals from the soil to the leaves. Translocation of food. What is translocation? This is the transport of food from one part of the plant to another. So, the food that is prepared in the leaves is translocated to different part of the plant body. Who translocates? Phloem translocates. So, the prepared food is translocated to different parts of the plant body by phloem. So, food moves in both upward and downward direction. Unlike water, which moves only in the upward direction by xylem. Nutrients, their role in plants and their deficiency symptoms. Now, plant requires certain elements for their growth and development, and that are known as plant nutrients. The elements which are required for the growth and development of the plant is called as plant nutrients, So, plants are not able to grow normally and complete their life cycle in the absence of these nutrients. Such elements cannot be replaced by any other elements. Now, essential elements are further classified into two categories. One is the macronutrients and another is the micronutrients. Now, macronutrients are those nutrients in which the elements are required by the plant in large quantities. And micronutrients are those nutrients which are required by the plant in small quantities. Like nitrogen, phosphorus, they come under macronutrients. What they do? They help in play major constituent of protein. Their role in plant is that nitrogen is the major constituent of protein and they chlorophyll and they helps in rapid growth. And their deficiency causes slow growth and yellowing of leaves. Phosphorus, it helps in the constituent of cell membrane and synthesis of cell organelles. Its deficiency causes premature fall of leaves and late flowering. Micronutrients. Manganese, it plays a constituent of enzymes. And its deficiency causes yellowing of leaves and stunt growth. Stunt growth means slow growth. Zinc, constituent of plant hormone and yellowing of leaves as well as stunt growth. So now is the time for home assignments. Number A, describe the factors which affect the rate of transpiration. B, what are essential elements? How are they classified? And C, transpiration is lower on a humid day. Give reason. Now, let's discuss the answers of our previous class. Question number 1. What are root hairs? Mention the function performed by them. Root hairs are unicellular, delicate, easily damaged and extension of an epidermal cell. They help to increase the surface area for absorption of water and nutrients from the soil. Question number 2 was the differentiate between xylem and phloem. Xylem, it transports water and minerals. Phloem, transport food. Xylem, point number B, it consists of tracheids, vessel elements and xylem parenchyma. And phloem, it consists of companion cell, sheath plate, phloem parenchyma and sheath cells. Question number 3. Why do root hairs need to be replaced daily? So root hairs need to be replaced daily because they are easily damaged. So students, I hope all of you understood this chapter. So we will be discussing about our next chapter in our next class. Thank you.